ooh, this hot pepper is gonna get us both going. And you're like, oh God, oh shit, oh shit, this is the hot, did you give me the hot pepper? Oh shit.
Wait, dude, that reminds me of, have you
seen...
Hi guys, I'm Jonas.
I'm Kelly.
That's Kelly. And this is I Don't Have Time to Google That Shit. You guys know the deal. Every week you send in your questions to searchthatshit@gmail.com.
Boom. And then we answer them live on the air.
Exactly. We know you don't have time, and we do.
Yeah, you don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, so I've been walking around a lot lately. We're still living in these quarantine times where people might be listening this down the road a couple of years. This is, several weeks into quarantine of COVID-19.
I don't think people are going to forget about this time anytime soon.
No.
What do they mean stuck inside COVID-19? I mean, like, think about how, like, drastic of an event this is. We're going to be telling our kids about this, and, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
It's never happened before.
But yeah, the one way I do get to get out of the quarantine is I'll just go for little walks out in nature or whatever each day. And it's funny the things that'll sometimes come into your mind. For instance, today, I remembered a time where I wished I said something different to this kid who insulted me at Olympia Sports.
No way.
Like, it popped in my brain and I was like, that fucking kid, I should have said. But basically the story was, I had just started to, I think I was probably like 21. And I had just finally started to like work out on a daily basis. Like I was always doing push-ups and sit-ups for most of my adolescence and whatnot. Yep. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to enhance this. I'm going to get a couple of weights and incorporate that into my daily workout.
Get the ladies.
Yeah. I was
actually glamour muscles.
It was the first time in my life that because I used to be a pretty thin dude. And it was the first time in my life I was like maybe thinking like I want to add some more muscle mass. So yeah, I bought some fucking creatine.
Yeah.
And then I went to Olympia and I'm planning on doing mostly endurance workouts. So I went to buy 15-pound dumbbells.
Okay.
And I get in there, I'm looking around, and then I have to come up to the desk and, Olympia is always staffed by like high school kids, mostly like jocks.
If they're even old, I mean, well, with the quarantine, but Olympian sports weren't doing too well. Is this store still like existing?
That's a good point. I have no idea.
Oh, it's better when you're getting dumbbells though. It's better than shipping it on Amazon.
You don't want to pay for that.
It's heavy.
But yeah, so I went up to the register and there was a girl there, and then I was like, "Hey, I'm just trying to buy these dumbbells, but they're like, behind a wall that I can't get to." And then the kid comes walking up. He's like, "What's up? You want some dumbbells?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just want 2 of the 15 pounds. And he goes, 15 pounds? Kind of light. All right. And I just stood there and I was like, bro, you don't even know what kind of workout I'm going to do with these things.
Or if it's not you that's working out, what if you're getting it for somebody else or as a gift or
in his mind,
a million other things?
In his mind, I was a pussy. And I feel like he wanted to say it out loud so the girl he was working with heard him like, I use dumbbells bigger than 15 pounds. But I was thinking about it today when I was walking around, and I was like, oh man, I wish I would have been like, hey, fuckface, get the dumbbells and go hit the buttons on the cash register for me.
Yeah, exactly.
But it would probably be better to not swear, It's always good to think of like a passive-aggressive thing to say, like, hey, you work here? Go get it,
yeah,
boy.
Exactly. Go do your job, please. Thank you very much.
And then like leave a big tip, just like adding more insult, like great job. I hope you get a better job one day.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I mean, in more of a tipping atmosphere, it's like, you could over tip.
Oh yeah, or, the passive aggressive
or not
move
tip him because he was a dick to you. That's the more obvious thing, but
Do you ever have moments where like you remember something from the past and you're like, I could have said that instead.
Oh,
it would have been a better thing.
Yes. I can't think of an example, but mine's usually way faster. So yours was from high school.
This is 15 years ago.
15 years ago that you clearly think about on the daily. You're like, that's every day. You're like, that son of a bitch. And it's taken every day 15 years to be like,
Olympia sports,
I now have a comeback. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to find him.
I feel like I'll come up with a comeback sometimes like 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
But the moment has just passed.
It won't work anymore.
And I just couldn't, you just can't still use it. You just sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe you just like, somebody said something mean and you just, didn't say anything, took it in. Maybe trying to come up with a comeback. And then the moment passes and you're like, Hey, guys. You remember? All right. Do you remember how we were talking about and then he said, and then I have a comeback. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear it?
Everyone, get back around. I'm gonna burn him. Watch this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, watch this. No, you're an idiot.
Hilarious.
No, I definitely come. That happens to me all the time. Usually faster, but
yeah.
What do you say we get into the questions?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Let's
Thanks a lot, guys. You've been sending in some really good questions for us.
Seriously, questions have been really good. Send your questions in to searchthatshit@gmail.com, and if they're good enough, we'll read them on the air.
Send them in. Send them in. That might be a little loud.
No shitty ones. No shit.
All right. Today's first question comes from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
All right.
Hi, guys. I'm busy, but I gotta know, is there really an epic last meal for people on death row? If that's true, do they even get to really enjoy it? Who makes it? Can they order takeout? Derek from Philly. Thanks, Derek.
Oh, sweet. Thanks for the question, Derek. That's a good one. Last meal. Yeah, you hear that. You know it's a thing. Or I've at least heard that so many times that.
I don't know anybody who's been on death row, thankfully.
No, I don't know many people.
But I have heard that, supposedly on the day of your state-ordered execution, you're allowed to order a extravagant or special meal for your last meal on Earth, which
stresses me out.
How in the world do you even prepare for that moment?
I mean, imagine the chef who has to do this. Like don't burn it. You get wants a mid-rare steak. You do not give him a well-done steak. Like, he deserves, the humanity of.
I gotta imagine how could you even have an appetite? Like, what are you?
I don't know.
What could you really eat when you're like, oh, and as soon as I finish this, they're gonna walk me down a concrete hall to a chair.
Oh my god!
Or lay me on a bed and put disinfectant in my veins.
And I mean, that's still only in some states. Some states I don't think have that. But I
actually don't even know how many states have.
I think, and it probably depends on the state also, but I think that when it comes to the death penalty, you can always appeal again. Like, I almost think, I don't think they let you, I think you have to decide to stop appealing or something, So some people are on death row.
And they'll be there for decades.
Yeah, for, as long as they're wanting to stay alive for. So I wonder how that works. Like, if it's actually the day, or have they had a couple big meals before their appeal or something? If the appeal doesn't go through, it's not, do they just take them away? They don't just take them away right then, right? They didn't have to have the meal before the appeal.
I would think that the actual date for the electric chair or the lethal injection wouldn't be set until your appeals were done. Because that would be a terrible thing if you keep ordering your last meal and they're like, oh, actually you get another appeal. You don't get to eat that sushi today.
Yeah, exactly. You're in the not library of the prison, but you have a couple books and you're like, hey man, hey, you're like telling your buddies like, all right, I think I found a loophole. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. All right, we can talk to your lawyer. Like, you can get out. Maybe, can you get me out? He's like, no. To get multiple last meals. Yeah. So I'm on death row. I can get a meal. And then, if I win the appeal, I can get another meal and then multiple meals. And
that's fantastic.
the guy's like, yeah, you're an idiot. Try to get out. Read that book and whatever it says in that get out of jail part.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, what would you get? What would you get?
I actually did. Oh man, that's a good question. Dude, all right. So I'm going to make this fast because I could probably talk for a million years, but I'll just make it short. There was a time in my life for a very, very long time that I was an incredibly fussy eater. And I basically ate chicken patties and bologna sandwiches. And that was it. That was it for a long time.
Oh my God.
So if I was, let's say, 17 on death row, I would just have a chicken patty and bologna sandwich feast, maybe with a nice quality death by chocolate dessert. But nowadays, I would have a split between an Indian food and sushi.
Ooh, nice.
I would need to be having salmon sashimi.
That would be nice.
And a chicken tikka masala or a saag paneer.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
California roll.
But
not California roll. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't hit them up in the comments or email us like California roll.
I know it's not real sushi.
Because there's no fish in it, right? Yeah.
Rainbow maki is what I meant.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I like the spicy tuna. So your final meal, interestingly enough, you could basically have any meal you wanted. Like we could have that later or tomorrow. I mean, that's pretty special. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
a good point.
So you're going favorite food that I eat a lot. Kinda. Or not eat a lot, but like your current favorite foods instead of, I almost think of something like extravagant or something.
I mean, sushi can be extravagant. Well, I guess it can just be expensive for the really good stuff. So what are you talking about? Are you going to get like a dessert that's flaming? No,
I think like a big ass lobster, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, or like a full, like one of those crabs that they crab on those shows.
Yeah, like Alaskan king crab.
Yeah, like an Alaskan king crab, maybe like a steak, like a surf and turf.
That sounds baller right there.
All right, let's. I googled this here. So, do death row inmates get a last meal? So, in most states, the various countries where the death penalty is legal, it's customary to give sentenced prisoners a special last meal at their request. Restrictions do apply.
Oh, there we go. See, yeah, is it just going to be some dumb chef making it?
For example, prison chef? Oh, I know, right? For example, in Florida, the final meal can only cost up to $40 and must be able to be prepared locally.
Okay.
So there goes mine.
Yeah.
I wanted like a $200, or at least $200. I want a big stuffed lobster and a steak. That's gonna run you a couple $100 at least.
Yeah.
So $40. Oh, that's not even gonna get you the sushi.
No, it's not. But look at this one right down here. If you scroll down, so this guy actually got to order out the most expensive. What was the most expensive last meal on death row? Robert Alton Harris back in 1992. Harris made quite a hefty last meal request. A 21-piece bucket of KFC,
no way.
2 large pizzas from Domino's, jelly beans, ice cream, and 6 cans of Pepsi, and a pack of Camel cigarettes. That dude, nice job.
He was chilling.
He took advantage.
He was chilling, and then he died.
Jesus Christ. He had a feast, he had a smoke, and then he went out.
Man.
You know what I will say, though? It was a while ago, a couple of my friends were at an art school, and I remembered there was an artist there who did a little gallery where it was pictures of people who have been executed on death row, and then pictures of their face next to pictures of the last meal that they had. And it was really interesting to see the different ones. Maybe if you could Google that, like, what are some of the last meals of different death row people?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Here we are. All right, so it's showing some photos. All right, so this guy, 28 years old, Victor from Iowa.
Victor Figuer.
In 1963.
Wait, what did it say he was guilty of? Kidnap and murder. He was sentenced to death by lethal injection in 1963. And his request for his last meal was a single olive with the pit in it.
Yeah, they're showing a plate. They're showing a plate with just an olive on it. And it's very gross looking.
It honestly seems like this man was either a brilliant artist or a complete psychopath. Because he was like, you're going to offer me a extravagant meal, give me one olive.
No, yeah,
you
it's
assholes.
like, yeah, Victor, you're, we're sentencing you to death, and he's like, one olive on a plate, and it's like, hey, can we speed up Victor's death here? This guy sucks.
They don't even bring him to the room; they just inject him right there. You asshole!
Inject him with olives.
Here's a guy we all know. Well, not we all, but I feel like a famous serial killer. John Wayne Gacy, 52 years old, Illinois, rape and 33 counts of murder. I did not know that.
Wow.
He was sentenced to death in 1994. He had 12 fried shrimp, a bucket of original recipe KFC. People are liking KFC on death row.
Yeah.
French fries and a pound of strawberries. That's a pretty good spread right there.
Wow. I mean, maybe KFC should make this like a slogan, you know? Like,
KFC, if you're gonna die, let's eat.
Oh my god.
You don't have to worry anymore.
Exactly. KFC's sales explode. Like, yeah, I would choose KFC. All right, this guy, Timothy McVeigh.
The Unabomber.
The Unabomber. 33 years old, Indiana, 168 counts of murder. Death by lethal injection in 2001.
Wow.
He chose to have 2 pints of mint and chocolate chip ice cream.
See, I can respect a choice like that. He's like, I don't have an appetite, but I fucking love ice cream.
Yeah.
This is my favorite flavor, and I need to taste it before I leave this plane.
I mean, yeah, I can respect that. I mean, I don't respect him. But
the
one particular decision.
Show.
Yeah, please do not take this out of context. His one decision I liked was the mint chocolate chip. I mean, when you're eating ice cream, they say, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. Have you heard this?
I have heard that before, yeah.
I mean, in this case, just enjoy all the moments on the lips.
It's not even going to hit the hips.
We'll never get to the hips.
That's a win-win.
So that's good, I guess. All right, let's scroll through a couple more of
let's
these.
see. Scroll through and just see if you see any ones that are particularly
steak with
fun.
some chicken, some pasta, and some... I mean, a lot of these, like we're seeing, have restrictions. A bunch of these had to be like, They know they get the last meal. They have nothing to do. They've probably been thinking of the last meal. And then so many circumstances had to be, they say what their meal is, and then they say like, we can't do that.
We don't have that.
We can't do that.
Listen, we have toast and beans, asshole. So get excited about toast and beans.
Me as somebody who's worked in a restaurant for many years, I've seen when we've ran out of an item at a restaurant, I've seen people react as if they're going to die if they don't get this meal. I'm sorry, we ran out. It's Sunday night. We ran out of the fish, and there's oh god, oh my god. It probably react worse than these actual people who
aren't going to be alive tomorrow.
Going to be alive.
Oh, there's a big name, Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, 43 years old, Florida, rape, necrophilia. Prison escape, 35 counts of murder, death by electric chair in 1989. And
he declines a special meal, so he was given the traditional. They have a traditional last meal on death row.
Like they're opening up a menu, and they're like, all right, last meal menu. Let's see, I have this. This is.
I'll just get the traditional.
Oh, this one says popular next to it. This one, so I don't know. A lot of people get that one. I'm just going to go with the basic, Just that kind of life for me.
You could see how this is the all-American thing that you would feed somebody about to die on American soil, though. Wait, look real quick. The traditional meal, up a little more.
Oh, sorry.
The traditional meal is 1 medium rare steak, eggs over easy, hash browns, toast with butter and jelly, milk and juice.
So it's a brekkie.
It's a
steak and eggs breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, well, crazy. Well, that was a damn good question.
Yeah.
Who was that again? What was
that was Derek in Philly. Thanks a lot, man.
Derek, appreciate that. Keep the questions coming in, guys. That was awesome.
Indeed.
Oh, man, last meal.
Okay. Next question, baby, yeah. All right, here we go. Hello, my name is Jerry, and I have a question for you to help me with. Hey, no problem.
We got you, Jerry.
Recently, my husband told me, oh, it's a female Jerry.
Oh, female Jerry. Female Jerry.
Recently, my husband told me that we were going out for wine, oysters, and then a rich chocolate dessert. He said to watch out because I'm going to be horny as hell by the end of the night. Is it really true that foods and snacks can make people horny? Thanks. Jerry from Londonderry, New Hampshire. All right.
Thanks for the question, Jerry.
Yeah.
So, can food and snacks make you horny?
Yeah, so aphrodisiacs. I've heard that term before. I've heard people mention a couple of different things, specifically definitely
Oysters?
Chocolate.
Oh, chocolate, okay.
Yeah. Definitely oysters as well. Actually, I have a funny story. So, like I told you earlier, I was a fussy eater for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Seafood was probably the thing that it took me the longest to come around to. Like, I would eat shrimp cocktail as a kid, but that was really the only seafood that I would eat. And
that's fairly common, though.
Yeah.
My family was kind of like that.
But a few years ago, I finally tried oysters out on Cape Cod. It felt like the perfect time to, you know?
Yeah.
You're on fucking Cape Cod. So it was hilarious. The dude who was shucking them, after I came back to tell him this is the first time I've had oysters and they were amazing, and I can't believe I've been wasting so much time on this earth not eating oysters. And he was like, oh, this has been a great summer, man. They're so good. He's like, the other night when I left here, I had like 30 left over and wasn't really worth, saving them for tomorrow. So I just ate them all. I got home and I was just sitting on my couch and I was like, through the roof.
What? He did that?
So he did this. He had a massive erection.
No way.
When he got home.
This guy is...
He was a character, too. He had a long gray beard. He looked like a super beach, Cape Cod dude.
Well, it's funny, too, that, you had an oyster and you complimented the chef when he didn't cook anything. He did open it.
Yeah.
And you can open and you can do a bad job at opening an oyster. You can completely fuck it up.
Have a bunch of splinters.
If I tried it, I've tried it before. It's extremely difficult to do. Those guys are masters. But he
didn't do anything.
Compliments to the chef.
I was just so excited about
that's
that
awesome.
I loved them that I'm like, I need to share this. Mm-hmm. Today at this later stage of my life, I discovered the beauty that is oysters.
I mean,
but yeah, click
I don't
on.
See how
let's see if oysters are an aphrodisiac. So there we go. Oysters are a good source of zinc, which is indeed necessary for a healthy male sperm count. Ooh.
Okay.
Part of Oyster's aphrodisiac brand is the sensuality of the eating experience. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And since desire all happens in the organ between your ears, a brain.
A brain.
Anything you think is an aphrodisiac can easily become. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, if you attach it to some kind of sexual memory, or if there's something sensual about the experience, it kind of just gets you headed in that direction. I always
thought, I never really thought about it, but I always thought that oysters were an aphrodisiac almost because of the situation you're in when you're eating them. You're on a date. You're on a date. You're out on a date. You maybe
so you
have
already
a martini.
have sex on the brain.
Now
you're like, oh, this is kind of like going down on her.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I mean that. Yeah.
I'm not saying that girls taste like oysters.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's what I always think is you're out at nice place
Yep.
by default. Shitty places don't usually have oysters. So yeah, like a nice place. You're sort of on a date. Maybe you have a martini.
Yeah.
You're trying to hook up as it is. I don't know. Is it more to it than that? Well, zinc.
Yeah. So let's Google the science of
All right. Let's see.
aphrodisiacs.
All right.
All right. Cool.
All right. Boom. You've been okay. Should I read this?
No. Let's scroll down a little further. Let's go to the
cool.
oysters part. Oh wait, come back up.
All right.
Okay.
Since ancient times, many people have considered these mollusks, sorry, I can't read, to be an especially potent aphrodisiac.
All right, they're talking about oysters here.
Oysters.
But this reputation may have arisen simply because of an oyster's shape resembles the female genitalia.
Oh, shit.
I definitely don't think so. There's no scientific evidence that the slippery mollusks boost libido or sexual performance. However, oysters have a high zinc content, like we just learned, which produces testosterone, the male sex hormone, and the maintenance of healthy sperm. Pine nuts, also considered an aphrodisiac by some, contain large amounts of zinc. So for dudes, oysters help your...
Oysters sprinkled with pine nuts, seemingly.
Yeah. Oh, but look at this. Hot peppers, a group of alleged aphrodisiacs. Cayenne and other chili peppers is sometimes sold in the form of an extract, but its effect on the body may be more discomfort-inducing than arousing. The fiery fruits contain varying levels of a chemical irritant called capsaicin, which, when ingested, causes an increase in heart rate, breathing, sweating, and blood flow, similar to the body's response to sexual arousal. See, that's what I would think would be more true. You're like, ooh, I'm feeling hot and sweaty. This reminds me of being naked, hot and sweaty.
Yeah, I can see that. Except, like, hot peppers, you gotta... If the situation like we were just explaining, you are out on a date, you're like, ooh, this hot pepper is gonna get us both going. And you're like, oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, this is did you give me the hot pepper? Oh, shit.
Wait, dude, that reminds me of... Have you seen... There's an episode of Curb where Larry David is trying to fulfill his wife's 10th anniversary gift, which is to let him cheat one time. And he's on a date with a woman who's apparently a blowjob class professor and loves giving blowjobs. No. And she tells him in the middle of the date, like, hot sauce actually make a man's sperm taste better. And so he starts pouring more and more on his food. What? And then he specifically does. Yeah. His face is melting. He ruins the whole day. He was about to have the best night.
Oh, my God. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't know it made it taste better. That's crazy. All right, so what else? The other ones, we got oysters. We have watermelon on here. That's surprising.
Some people suggest watermelon has a Viagra-like effect. That can't
Watermelon
be true.
has a Viagra-like effect? No way.
Improves blood flow. Interesting.
Well, yeah, I guess. But wait, the oyster one seems very specific to men.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's look up ladies. I think... so list of foods that makes ladies horny. Let's Google that.
Ooh, that's a good one. List of foods that makes women horny. I'm always Googling that. It was in the drop down. I had already Googled it.
Yeah. 6 foods to get you in the mood. Avocado. I still don't. I eat avocados all the time. I'm not getting sexy about it.
No.
Yeah.
This is women though specifically.
They've got the usual suspects on here.
Asparagus.
Oysters, chocolate, ginger, apparently maca powder. Maca is a powerful sex enhancer.
Seems like a bullshit marketing.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. All right. This is all we need to know about this article. 24 foods to awaken your sexual appetite. And number 1 is bananas. Yeah, just because they look like a penis doesn't mean it's aphrodisiac. Yeah. Is a cucumber another aphrodisiac?
Yeah. I mean, I could see being turned on by maybe a woman eating a banana.
For sure.
I could see that, but not like... So is that... Well, when they mean aphrodisiac, they do mean like almost like the nutrition like level of it making you aroused. Or is it like, oh man, when she deep throats that banana, really, that's really an aphrodisiac for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's just some softcore porn.
Or does like the potassium relate to like more
It sounded
sexual?
like for the most part the jury's out. Some of it's mental. Chocolate is the only one that I feel like people have done studies and like it's said. Here, go back real quick to the science one. So see, perhaps chocolate, the most famous and most studied of the aphrodisiacs. A 2006 study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, now we know that exists,
Damn, yeah.
found that women who habitually ate chocolate on a daily basis reported higher sexual function scores than those who did not. There you go. Maybe chocolate just helps ladies let loose, and then they go for it.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, people, you know, when people bring food into the bedroom, which is always bizarre, but it's always chocolate related, isn't it? Or like whipped cream and chocolate or shit.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like syrup.
Or if you're George Costanza, you'll bring a sandwich in there and peep your head out of the covers to take a bite.
The best. But you don't like, you know, you don't bring, it's like, all right, I'm, you know, like in high school or something, you're like, all right, I got things that like, you know, food that like, you know, turns us on. I got a big thing of bananas, you know, I got like a dozen oysters, I got chocolate, like it's going to get like so messy. And like,
I, for one, have never wanted to incorporate food into my sexual endeavors.
No.
There was one time when I was young enough and dumb enough to buy a flavored lube. That was a terrible idea.
Oh, God. No.
Anyway.
Why don't we? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I apologize for adding that.
Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question.
That was a good question, though. Aphrodisiacs. Yeah.
All right, let me pull up a new tab, get the Google machine going here. Because we have the time to Google that shit.
Yes, we do. Okay, so our last question today comes from California. Hello. I really hope my question makes it to the show. I recently heard that Elon Musk is digging tunnels under Los Angeles to help with the insane traffic problem there. Supposedly they are already almost done. How the hell did they do that? Thanks, guys. I don't have time to Google that shit. Frank from Barstow, California. Thanks, Frank.
Damn, I've heard that. I think it was I think Elon was on Joe Rogan or something. I heard him talking about the tunnels. I forget. Maybe he was talking about somewhere else.
2 ago. I know it was in the news, or I caught it somewhere that the company that because he has so many endeavors, the company that's doing this, as quite a funny pun, is called the Boring Company because they're boring holes under the ground.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so to raise funds and I think get some media attention, he started selling legit flamethrowers to the public. You could buy a Boring Company flamethrower, which I didn't even ever imagine that a citizen was allowed to own a flamethrower. But if you got your hands on one of those, that's pretty badass.
Elon doesn't give a fuck.
It's true.
It's amazing. It's
and what a smart way to get attention, you know?
I mean, we're going to, you know, we have our own branded flamethrowers that we're going to make for this show. You can get, you know, some people have merch. We
got Google that shit,
flamethrowers as well. We're just not even gonna try to be creative here. We're just gonna do exactly what Elon does until we are as rich and successful as he is, obviously. Yeah. So yeah, get your flamethrowers. They're $10,000. I'm just gonna buy them from him and charge him more. I'm just kidding. No, we do not have flamethrowers. All right, so the question is though, that Elon had this idea that LA traffic is so shitty that
it is an insane problem.
The only way to fix the problem is to build tunnels and seemingly have people go in the tunnels, drive in the tunnels, right? It's not like a subway system.
I think it's I think it's even crazier. Streets. I think it's like conveyor belts. Like I think you drive into the tunnel and then you park like a car wash. And then it
like grabs your tires. It just
grabs your tires and like.
Oh, how much is that going to be?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ! I mean, I guess start in LA, right?
Yeah,
it's a good place to see if it works. But Wow, they're gonna pull you the whole. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it doesn't make much sense to me.
No, well, I don't pretend to understand everything that Elon does. So
let's look at
all right, Elon Musk tunnels under LA. Wow, there's some cool ass photos of the Teslas under the.
They look pretty cool.
But it looks like a tube that fits one car. So it's
pretty sci-fi too. It's lit up all like neon green.
I'm definitely questioning the practicality of it. All right, how fast does Elon Musk tunnel go? It says it goes 40 miles per hour. Our top speed is 40 miles per hour.
Though as we get to the end of the tunnel, we slowed to 25. The entire trip through the 1.14 mile tunnel takes 2 minutes and change. That's incredible because, I bet that same 1 mile up top could be like 38 to
I bet
60 minutes.
Yeah, like at first I'm like 40 miles an hour. Like, is this going to be...
Let's look up maybe like the Boring Company's website. Let's see what they have to say.
All right. The Boring Company. All right. Here we're on the company's website. See anything?
Let's just read what appears might be a mission statement. To solve the problem of soul-destroying traffic, it really is. Man, when you're just catching lights and not getting anywhere, it's hard to calm yourself down.
It really is. It is.
That's probably the hardest time in life for me to like realize to take a moment and relax. It's like traffic. That is where I can have just absurd level of rage over things I have no control over.
Absolutely. I try to just be calm when I drive, and I drive with Tess, my girlfriend, and she is like the exact opposite. Like I'll just be like chill, and I'm like, it's a nice day. I'm just sort of gliding along. Yellow light comes. I just slow down, look over, and she's like, "What are you doing? Stopping on a yellow? You're going through it." And I'm like, well, we're just chilling. She's like, God damn it. It's hard, but sorry, I got off on tangent.
Oh yeah, no worries. So yeah, their whole idea is to solve the problem of soul-destroying traffic. Roads must go 3D, which means either flying cars or tunnels. Unlike flying cars, tunnels are weatherproof, out of sight, and won't fall on your head. A large network of tunnels many levels deep would help alleviate congestion in any city, no matter how large it grew. Just keep adding levels. This is incredible. The key to making this work.
Levels?
Yeah, so he's saying like the bigger your city gets, we can just keep digging lower with more of these tunnels, which is insane. It's going to be like fucking Minority Report eventually. We're just going to be getting in cars that we're not even driving. We'll just punch in our destination and then flip open a book.
That's borderline happening now. I mean,
yeah, it's true.
Not like full on accepted and out there, but like self-driving cars, like they say, this car, we tested it again. It drove from New York to LA safely the whole way.
Yeah,
like they're out there. I'd love to drive by one and like look in and be like, oh shit,
yeah,
there's no one driving. It'd be insane. There's got to be somebody in the car, I imagine.
Right, for like, can't just for like an emergency thing. Yeah, I certainly hope so. Look at this, the last line of this. They're saying they imagine this technology could get to the point where they could have these tracks move fast enough where cars could travel from New York to Washington, D.C. in less than 30 minutes. These people, man, with these amazing ideas of how to enhance and improve our society. Go Elon. I'm a fan.
Hell yeah. We need people like him to say crazy shit and then do it. But I heard when he was originally coming up with this idea that they told him like, it's stupid, whatever. And he's like, all right, why is it stupid? And they're like, because it costs way too much money. You have to buy this machine to go down there, to drill it, to do this. It takes this amount of money and it takes this amount of time. And he's like, oh, all right, so we need to make it take less time and less money. So we need new machines. Your machines are terrible at digging tunnels.
Yeah.
So let's make a new machine that digs tunnels faster and cheaper. And it's just like, so fucking smart.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't let hurdles get in his way, especially when they're just because it's like that's how it's always been done. He'll throw it out the window and be like, well, we won't do it that way then.
Yeah. Or he looks at like, all right, why is this? Yeah. Like, what's the point that is stopping this from being practical? All right, let's fix that. And now is it a practical idea now? You know, like he does with the SpaceX. Like he's like, all right, shooting stuff into space is extremely expensive. So, all right, how do we make it cheaper? Well, if we can, instead of just having the rocket go into space and then shedding all of its stuff, that's why we have so much space junk in the, you know, whatever you call that area in the orbit. But he's like, all right, instead we'll have that stuff come back down and land on Earth so we can reuse it. And just like that, it became, I mean, at least 1,000 times cheaper.
Yeah.
Like it was insane how, and he's pulled it off. You can, you know, if you're listening to this or watching this, flip off, go to YouTube and watch SpaceX. SpaceX rocket lands itself. Yeah, it's just like a programmed drone at that point.
Incredible.
It lands like, it's weird. You know how like a rocket shoots off like this? Well, I guess I would think it would land like an airplane, like with wheels or something.
Yeah,
but instead
that's how the other space shuttles
it like slowly just lands just like it was in takeoff.
Like you hit rewind on the takeoff, just comes down. Fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's insane. And that's all just programmed in. It's not like somebody with a joystick, like, don't fuck up. Yeah. It's like, no, it just, look, everyone's watching. Look, it landed. we did it. It landed.
Absolutely incredible.
No, that guy's crazy.
But yeah, so for the LA thing, I have heard that it's getting close to being done. Let's Google. So, I think.
I guess I thought this was more of a. I guess I thought this was more like an idea in the works. So this exists.
All right. So this is an article.
This currently exists.
This is an article from a year ago. It looks like, and somebody's saying, "I took a ride through Elon Musk's new tunnel in California," and he says this is better than Disneyland. So yeah, this is just a little over a year ago, December 19th, 2018.
Wow. Man.
I'm in a Tesla Model X behind storefront Elon Musk plans to use to sell bricks. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, scroll down and see if we can pull anything.
The visual we're seeing, it looks like a tunnel only big enough for about the size of maybe a F-150 truck, maybe. Yeah. It doesn't look like too big of a vehicle can fit in here. And it's green for some reason, probably just to look cool.
But so look, the car is on like a...
It's on tracks.
It's on like a go-kart thing.
It's on like a...
Yeah, track.
It does. It looks like a go-kart track. That's a really good way of putting it. But it is. It's bizarre that... Isn't it funny, though? The first thing I think of is there's going to be traffic in this thing. Like, I'm serious.
But it will all be like automated, so there'll be no human error, nobody braking.
But at some point, there is the end to the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
So at some point you get out and then you have to then take the wheel again and hit the gas, right?
Yeah, we're going to have to do some more research.
If you're at the end and you at the end get in traffic, or you're just a dickweed that fell asleep, you know what I mean?
And you're supposed to
you
take
just
back
get there,
over
like your car is just like just put out there and park. There's gonna be traffic in this tunnel.
Yeah.
Then we're going to need a tunnel under that tunnel for extra traffic. But he said that's possible.
And then maybe when they come out, you come out on a bridge, so you're like, you have time to assimilate and then merge back into regular traffic. I don't know. We're going to have to re-look up this one, guys.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just record our next episode in the tunnel.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna change the podcast completely. It's going to be called... Kelly and Jonas in the Tesla, live from the Tesla tunnel. Oh, look, another one went by. Oh, another one. Oh, another one. It's not going to be an exciting
That's DJ Khaled.
Another one. Oh, man.
Oh, sweet. Well, guys, that was great.
Sweet.
Some really good topics
Good
today.
questions.
I feel like we covered some ground that maybe we don't. I definitely didn't know a lot about most of those things.
No, I didn't know the tunnel existed. It's insane.
Fucking crazy.
I thought it was in theory. I thought it was a whole theory.
That man just dreams it up and gets it done. It's impressive.
Crazy.
Well, yeah, so you guys know the deal. Twice a week we're here. Send in your questions to searchthatshit@gmail.com, and we get up here and research and Google that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. And guys, if you don't mind, if you did like the podcast, please leave us a review. It means a lot. And we are also streaming on YouTube, and we're on TikTok as well. So check us out.
Yeah.
I don't have time to Google that shit. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
All right, here we go. I'm on death row. I'm about to die, but I'm pretty hungry. I'm on death row. What am I gonna eat tonight? You're allowed to spend some taxpayer money to have a nice meal, so do it, man. Get KFC and Domino's, yeah. He took way too long on that one. Aphrodisiacs, oysters might be real. They also might not be. Elon Musk is digging lots of tunnels, and it's gonna make traffic better. Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Good one. Good song. All right. Peace out.
See you guys soon.